Okay, Nationals has been over for 1 week and I'm back at work on the car, getting it ready for next season. So I've got it back in the workshop, the place where it was built, where it was created. And I've got a new vehicle speed sensor. Got that in there because if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that the other one broke and that was the problem. So I got that done. I also got some replacement bolts for the rear end, and I am making a new splitter for the front. Here's the old splitter. You can see there was a floor section and then the splitter section, and it was two different pieces that were attached. Well, I'm just doing it all as one piece now, so I'll have to clean this all up, and I've already cut it. I just gotta clean up the edges of that, make it all nice, paint it, make it look pretty, cleaning up little stuff, getting ready for next season. So I'll take some more video as I do work on the car. Well, it's a new day. I'm wearing a different shirt and I'm doing some more work on the car. So the splitter, the new splitter is on. I've got it spaced there, you know, gapped evenly. I noticed that my structure that I had behind the splitter down here was not quite right. I used that to adjust the height of the splitter and actually the height of the whole front end of the car. And it was sort of skewed to one side and bent up a little bit, probably from me running into my trailer on the last day at Nationals. So I'm going to build a new structure. This is the old one. It's made of steel, and I just picked up the metal I need, well, the aluminum I need. I'm going to make a new one out of aluminum. So here's that round front piece, and I'll use that for the structure. So I'm going to redesign it in such a way that it's better for adjusting the height of the splitter. It gives a little more structure, a little stronger, and so make that a little better. So well, it's another day and I definitely have on a different shirt today. So anyways, I've been madly at work on the car the last little while. Well, not really, but I've done a lot of stuff to the car since that last clip. I did finish the front, that assembly here that holds up the front, the whole front end of the car. These rods here, they adjust the height of the whole front end, side to side. And my new front splitter, you can see that it is painted, and I added these strakes on either side, and those will give it a little more stability, and like, you know, in case I hit a cone and bends that up. Here's where the big difference is. Okay, I need a little bit of background, I guess. One of my fellow E-Mod competitors, who wins all the time, a few years ago came out with a very clever interpretation of the rules, the rear spoiler rules. Well, it'll make more sense if I just show you. So this is my new rear spoiler. I know it looks really unusual with this part here in the middle, but I do need to explain. The rules say that the spoiler, the rear spoiler, it can be no more than 10 inches high, measured at the middle of the trunk lid, like side to side at the middle. Okay, so here, this is 10 inches high. This height from there to there, that is 10 inches high. Okay, that all makes sense. So why does it have that little thing like that? Okay, by having the spoiler 10 inches high here, and then having this straight back, and then having the spoiler go down here like this part of the spoiler can be higher than 10 inches. Well, how is it higher than 10 inches? It's higher because the trunk lid angles down like that. This is 10 inches, but then the trunk angles down, and it permits this to be higher than 10 inches. So the rules also state that the spoiler can be no more than 10 inches, or have no more than a 10-inch deviance fore and aft. So here is your 10-inch fore and aft deviation. I'm not sure what the rule makers were thinking when they came up with that rule, but that is the rule. And by making the spoiler in such an unusual shape and making sure that it sticks to the 10-inch fore aft and the 10-inch high at the middle where it's measured, I can get a spoiler that is actually higher than 10 inches at the back, because the old spoiler only came up 10 inches. This one is now taller. So I thought I was going to hate it, because I first made a version of this out of the plexiglass, the clear plexiglass that I had before. I made a version out of it with that. It was so ugly. It was so ugly. But for some reason, well, okay, let me back up a minute. I only made the aluminum version to serve as a template for making a carbon fiber version. So I made the aluminum version, and I was going to do the whole, you know, waxing it and then laying carbon fiber on it and bagging it and blah, blah, blah. I'd have to learn how to do it because I've never done that before. But anyways, it didn't look that complicated. So that's what I made it for. I made it. It took a long time. I welded it. I TIG welded it all together, and I trimmed everything, and I put it on the car, and I stood back and I was like, holy crap, the car actually looks really good with that on there. And the reason I think it looks really good on there is because that front splitter, it's a big mess of flat black or satin black. And then when I had no visible rear spoiler because it was clear plastic, it sort of made the car kind of look unusual. But now it all looks balanced out. Front and rear, the mass of black on the front and that little bit there, and the rear spoiler, it sort of balances itself out, and I think the car actually looks better. So aerodynamically speaking, I think the car is going to be much better next year than it was this year, and I was not too far off of second place this year. So I mean, I obviously had my power problems, which certainly didn't help my position overall. But so that's my new rear spoiler, and there's the story of why it has such a weird shape. All right, it's the Pink Panther's last time it's going to move this year. I'm putting it in my trailer, my new trailer, for the first time. We're going to see how this is going to go. It worked. It just drove straight into the trailer. I can't believe it. Well, Pink Panther is in her new home, and boy, oh boy, does it look awesome. I can't believe the room in here. Like, look at this. All that extra room. You guys remember what my other trailer was like and how tight it was? It was ridiculous. Look at this. And the new lighting. I love the new lighting. There's my nitrogen tank. This stuff, I haven't figured out yet exactly where everything's going to go. I have to figure that all out, but I have until May to figure that out. May of next year, so no big deal. Anyways, all right, well that's it for now, and hope you enjoyed this little video. I know it's short, but that's all that's going on with the car. So, all right, we'll see all of you later.